皆さんこんにちは、クルーズ先生です。今日の日本の文化は長生き which is longevity. The 2007 UN Human Development Report states that the Japanese have the longest lifespan in the world. According to 2006 statistics from the Ministry of Health and Labor, the average lifespan of Japanese men is 79 years, and that of Japanese women is 86.81 years. This is considerably higher than the average lifespan of Americans, 76.2 years for men and 80.4 years for women. In addition, Japan has one of the lowest infant mortality rates, 2.8 infants per 1,000 infants in the world. It is slightly higher than Singapore at 2.3 for every 1,000 and Sweden, 2.67 for every 1,000, but much lower than countries like the US, which is 6.3 for every 1,000, Canada and England, 4.8 for every 1,000, and France and Spain, 4.2 per every 1,000. So let's look at what's behind these numbers for Japan. The WHO, back in 2000, reported that Japan provides one of the best healthcare systems in the world among 191 member countries. Virtually all residents of Japan are covered with one of many insurance programs, regardless of any pre-existing conditions that have or any actuarial risk of succumbing to illness. Premiums are affordable because they are based on income and ability to pay. The poorest can be supported by the National Health Insurance Program offered by the government, which allows them to see the doctor without worrying about cost. National health insurance, which covers approximately 80% of all medical expenses, is available to both Japanese and foreigners who plan to stay in Japan for more than a year. Application forms are available at local ward or municipal offices. Those who plan to stay in Japan for less than a year can be easily covered by one of the many private insurance programs. Japanese companies provide their employees with medical insurance regardless of nationality. Another reason for the longevity is the Japanese diet. Japanese people are generally very conscious about health benefits. Their eating habits are often based on asking questions like, what would be good for me, rather than, what do I feel like eating? As a result, the Japanese have the lowest consumption rate of saturated fat among more developed countries. And we can see that here in comparison with Sweden, Canada, Australia, Britain, America, and France. The Japanese eat more fish than red meat, which lowers the risk of heart attacks. Also, they consume a variety of soy products, which is a great source of protein that reduces heart disease and high blood pressure. In addition, Japanese green tea has numerous health benefits because it contains powerful antioxidants and inhibits the growth of cancer cells. Moreover, the Japanese eat small portions of food. Most Japanese portions are half the size of portions in the US. As a result, more Japanese men and women are thin, and it is rather uncommon to see overweight people. And over here we have a chart of the percentage of total population aged 15 and above with a body mass index greater than 30, which indicates obesity. As you can see, America is at the highest, whereas Japan is at the lowest. The next thing we're going to talk about is Nihon no Byoin, which are Japanese hospitals. There are two kinds of hospitals in Japan, general hospitals and private clinics. General hospitals handle a full range of medical problems and are equipped with the latest medical technology, as well as complete hospitalization facilities. A patient, however, cannot choose a certain doctor or expect to see the same doctor each time. Also, general hospitals tend to be very crowded. Private clinics are usually run by one or two doctors. Each doctor treats patients in their area of specialization and handles less complicated surgeries and routine illnesses. More complicated procedures are referred to specialists at general hospitals. With a smaller clientele, doctors at private clinics see patients on a long-term basis that are also available for informal consultations. These roles play a role similar to that of a family doctor in the US. Something important to note is that many Japanese doctors don't speak English, although some are able to understand it or write medical terms in English. Schools, embassies, and consulates generally maintain lists of hospitals or clinics with personnel who speak English and other languages. When a patient is diagnosed as having a terminal illness, the doctor does often not tell the patient before consulting the patient's family first. Traditionally, it has been considered cruel. Excuse me, we have a pop-up here. It has been considered cruel for a doctor to tell a patient the truth about a terminal illness, and it is left up to the family to decide whether or not to tell the patient. Very different and very interesting in comparison to how it is here in America. In Japan, a medical doctor is addressed as sensei. The term sensei can be used for a figure of authority, whether they're a school teacher, master craftsman, religious leader, political leader, lawyer, or instructor in general. The term is not used within companies or business organizations. Instead, ranked titles such as section head or department chief are used. I would love to get your take on this, seeing about the longevity of health of years of life in Japan, talking about their general health when it comes to how they eat, as well as how they go about their health system with insurance and hospitals and private doctors. We will have a discussion about that in class after you've watched this video. Thank you so much.